Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, as well as breaking news. Ledger attacker drained at least $484,000 from the Ledger wallet. So Ledger wallet connection is currently compromised. Do not connect anything to your wallet, which can be drained. The best thing to do is nothing and connect to no websites. Do not try to log in to your Ledger. Also, in today's show, Bitcoin ETF apps will have to bend the knee on the cash redemption model. I'll be breaking this down for you, as well as more firms set to add Bitcoin to their balance sheet after the major rule change. FASB will be discussing this, as well as Bitcoin to surge to 80,000 per coin as stablecoins overtake Visa in 2024, according to Bitwise. Also, Bitcoin to explode from their fair value to 100,000 really fast, according to Morgan Creek's Mark Yusko. I'll be breaking down his timeline. We'll also be discussing the world's largest oil company, Saudi Aramco, partnering with SBI Holdings to potentially invest in digital assets. Max responded to this story. Translation: the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Qatar are about to drop $1 trillion into Bitcoin. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Welcome, crypto fam. What it do? Another beautiful day here. Bitcoin has been pumping. I mean, we pumped like 2,000, cracked a little, recapturing 43, and now we're back down, roughly 42.5 at the time of this recording. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. We have Will Stopson versus Guru, Laser Ray, what it do? Crypto Surge, Yahim, Sandman. Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. I greatly appreciate that. And how's everyone doing this morning? We're live early today, 11 a.m. versus the typical 3 p.m. Eastern time. Tomorrow we're going to be early again as I pick up my daughter from school. I got to do things a little earlier than usual. Shout out to Zero for gifting a free membership of MicroStrategy membership, which is a paid membership of the channel. You have been blessed, Captain 23. So congratulations, Captain. Go ahead and thank Zero for that one. Shout out to Relaxing. Good to see you, brother. Shout out to Jeff Rhodes. Loud and clear. So smooth. Love it, love it. End of the story. I saw the frog come out of the towel unscathed. Maybe have grown. What are you talking about? Oh, man. Relaxing. What up, man? Will Ledger cover the stolen assets? That's a brilliant question. I doubt it, but we shall soon find out. What up, Laser Ray? Good to see you. Rachel, good morning, sister. She says, good morning, brother. Have a wonderful day. You as well. Hi from Chicago. What up, James Elsie? Good to see you, brother. What's good? Philip D's. Sup, dude? Good to see you as well. So Jeff points out the hack on the Ledger software library is scary. That could probably be done with all the hardware wallet libraries. Be careful when you connect your wallet to any app. JV, it looks like you'll hit your 1500th episode a week from Saturday. That is amazing. Thanks for the serious commitment. Greatly appreciated, family. It's been a long journey, but a fascinating and incredible journey at the same time. What up, Tom C? Says, I am tiling a shower. Can't wait for some good content. Well, you got it. I'm going to be sharing the latest news in the market as there's so much to share each and every day. What up, Homestead? Welcome to the stream, family. Thanks for the gifting, says Homestead. Cryptolution, what up, crew? David Plugs, good morning, fam. Chris, who still uses Ledger? You were warned. That's right. We've been warning people about the Ledger for several months now, ever since we discovered that backdoor, you know what I mean, which we shared here on the show. Zero, we appreciate the super family trying to share some of my bonk profits today. Well, congrats on your bonk profits and thanks for paying it forward. Greatly appreciate your family. Hello from Sweden, says Bear the Bull. What's good in Sweden, fam? And another membership was just gifted by Zero. He's just the Santa Claus of Crypto News Alerts, apparently. He just gifted Homestead with a free membership to the MicroStrategy membership of the channel. We greatly appreciate that, fam. What up, Bitcoin Srini? What up, Spycraft UK, Security Gadgets? Good to see you, BCD 2020, Surreal Life TV, and the rest of the Crypto News Alerts fam. Crack Knee says Max Keiser's 220 is going to be tight. Well, I cannot wait. I'm also going to be sharing Max Keiser's $375,000 target a little later today after we discuss Qatar, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and what's going on right now with adoption of digital assets. You got to be able to read between the lines, just as the high priest points out. Nothing says decentralized like a hack that affects all of DeFi, says Chris. Right on, guys. Yo, thanks, bro, says Homestead. He appreciates it. So everyone with a star next to their name, that badge, it means you're our paid member of the channel. And I think like over 100 of you have been gifted that paid membership from people like Zero and other kind people in the chat, a part of the community. So show them some love. We appreciate it. What up, Kenneth? Ready for the 100 grand party next week? Let's go. 100K fiesta down here in Puerto Rico. Everyone's invited. Check the Discord for more details. Discord.cryptonewsalerts.net. Let me know if you're going to be joining us. 100K party. I'm bringing the green joint for Zero. Good morning from Texas. Anxious to see what the day brings after the Fed news for rate reductions coming. Right on, Pat. Appreciate you tuning into the pod. What up, Nana? How you doing from Fun Dubai? Shout out Dubai and all the places there in the Middle East. You know what I mean? We're going to be discussing Qatar, Saudi Arabia, all that good stuff. So you already know. Welcome, George. Welcome, everyone just joining us. Abel Gonzalez, good to see the fam. Thanks again, Zero, for the super. Thanks again for the gifted memberships. You guys are too kind. But without further ado, if you're new to the channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. The goal is to get to 100,000 subs. Also, be sure to smash the like button and hit the bell icon, as it helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. And let's get this mofo lit like the Christmas tree you see on your screen, because it's the season. Now, today is pod episode number 1491. I'm your host, JV. Today is December 14th, 2023. And yes, this is live. Shout out to the member who just subscribed. A shout out to Cracked Knee. I greatly appreciate your support. But without further ado, let's look at our market watch as we do each and every day to kick off the show. We can see Bitcoin still in the green, up 1.2%, hovering just above $42,500. We recaptured 43 last night, but then we had a bit of more of a correction here in the AM. We have Ether, which also surpassed 2,300 this morning, but not necessarily correcting, still in the green for the day, but dropped down some. We have Solana killing it, up 6.5%, trading just under 72 bucks, while BNB and AVAX are pulling back and in the red. And checking out for the weekly, we can see the price performance. Bitcoin is down roughly 3% on the week. We have Solana up 16%, AVAX killing it, up 46%, and Cardano up 43%. And zooming out on the monthly, we should see everything in the green. You can see Bitcoin up 16%, Ether up 10%, Solana up almost 40%, Cardano up 77%, and AVAX up a whopping 136%. The only major crypto in the red for the month is actually XRP, down 7%. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, let's get a refresh for the latest data. We're sitting at a 1.6 trillion market cap with about 74 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance pulling back a little at 51.9% and the Ether dominance at 17.1%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, Bonk leading the pack, up 40% on the day. Wow, congrats to Zero. I know you're bullish on Bonk. We have Woo Network up 29%, and we have Helium up almost 28%. Now, which altcoins for this bull run are you most bullish on? Let me know in the comments right down below. And don't forget, this is a live and interactive show, so please say hello and let me know where you're tuning in from. I appreciate that. And checking out the crypto bubble so we can get a visual perspective on the day of the overall market. You can see Bonk up 40%. We got Woo up 28%, HNT up 26%, and overall gains across the entire market on the day as the market cap continues to pump. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 72 in greed. Yesterday a 65, last week a 72, and last month a 69 in greed. So there you have it, my crypto fam. How many of you are bullish on the King Crypto? We're halfway through December, only a couple of weeks until the new year, 2024. We're right on the brink of it. We have ETF approval, 90% probability according to the top ETF experts. Deadline being January 10th. We have a Bitcoin halving in 4 months. We got a supply shock on the exchanges. Only about 2 million Bitcoin left to go, with all these asset managers and countries and sovereign wealth funds racing to be stacking them sats. So you already know. Let me check out the chat. What up, Fairground? Good to see you from Cornwall, England. Much love. What up, David Robert? Jesus, amen. All hail the King. What up? Bullish on Chili's and XRP, says Fairground. Bart says you're loud and clear in Utah. Glad to hear that, Bart. Thank you, family. 69 in greed, says Craig. Let's get greed to 80, says Relaxing. What up, Dave Roberts? U.S. government can print dollars to buy Bitcoin. That's not right, right? They can just print it out of thin air. Hey, Zero, always a pleasure. Good morning, y'all. ESP says, Bitcoin is the king, says one Tally Rand. Amen. Good morning from Vegas. Thanks for your bullish Bitcoin dedication. You're very welcome, E. Pearl. My pleasure. Appreciate your support, family. Thank you. You're welcome, ESP. Hello from Namibia, if I'm pronouncing that right. Very bullish. Love to hear that, Josiah. Don't forget the potential looming recession. That is right. We do have a looming recession. We also have the presidency come in 2024. Who's going to win? You guys let me know your thoughts and predictions. Shout out to our moderators. We appreciate you doing a fantastic job as always. Shout out Streamlabs, CoinFather, Digital Dankness, and Bitcoin Maximus. What up, George? We are greedy. We were greedy. We want more. Is there recreational MJ use in Puerto Rico? Not recreational, it's medical, but it's very simple to get your medical license, and there's a dispensary on every corner. Now you know. Cornwall, Ontario. Okay. What up? Luke Ra, appreciate ya. Pump, says David Wrong. Let's go, pump it up. Every time we go live, we pump, and yes, we are pumping right now. 42.7 income, and let's go. 2 million on the exchanges and about 2 million short-term hodler wallets. So 4 million is more like it available. Well, good to note, Chris. Appreciate the insights. Ray says Trump in 2024. Fairground says Trump to win. Bitcoin halving and interest rates are dropping next year. We going up. I want to be rich by 2025, says Wilbur Garcia. We'll keep stacking them sats and hodl be thy name. That's one of the 10 Bitcoin commandments. What up, JV? Let's send this mofo to 45 G's. Let's do it, Matt. I'm with you. Let's make it happen. Let's go. Yeah, appreciate it. But anyways, let's kick it off next with our Bitcoin TA. Check out some of the charts and where the Bitcoin price action is likely to go next. So here we go. Bitcoin's displaying fresh bull run signals as Bitcoin price strength produces 7% daily gains. And you can see here in the Bitcoin 1 hour candle chart, data from Cointelegraph and TradingView hints that the upside momentum may continue as on-chain metrics reset. Bitcoin needed to cool off after hitting 44,000 this month, according to analysts, and after a trip to near 40,000, conditions are improving. In a post, Philip Swift, creator of Statistics Resource, Look into Bitcoin, showed profit taking surging as Bitcoin hit its latest 19-month highs, which is the local top for the year as well, which is 44,750 in that ballpark. He flagged the value days destroyed multiple metric, which multiplies the coin days destroyed by the current Bitcoin price, and that December 11th hit its highest level since May of 2021. Quoting him here, value days destroyed has now reached levels seen at the previous early bull local highs as some hodlers take profit. Now, the VDD seeks to quantify Bitcoin selling activity at a given price point based on the length of time at which the newly reactivated supply was previously dormant. And as reported, recent selling has been driven by the short-term hodlers, the more speculative cohorts amongst the Bitcoin investor base, as the smart money, the whales, and the long-term hodlers continue to hodl because they're the smart money, and that's the smart thing to do, especially with a halving looming around the corner. Now, looking at short-term Bitcoin price action, others see the potential for further progress towards the key resistance nearer to 50,000. 50G, send it. I think that's an incredible target for this month of December. What are your thoughts? I am hopeful by Christmas we may get that 50,000. Let me know your thoughts. Now, another analyst, Matthew Hyland, this comes in the form of the Relative Strength Index, which is the RSI, which on the daily time frames has printed the bullish divergence with the price action. Quoting him here, Bitcoin close confirmed it, as he points out here on the chart. Now, just as optimistic is popular social media commentator Ali, who spied a return of significant inflows into both Bitcoin and the largest altcoin, Ethereum. These, he noted, mimic conditions from late 2020 when the Bitcoin first broke beyond 20,000 to enter price discovery. And Zero strikes again with another gifted membership of the channel. So shout out to Zero and congratulations for Forso Fall. You've just been gifted a free membership to the channel. Now, Ali shares here over 19.7 billion billion are flowing into Bitcoin and Ethereum today. This is around the same capital inflow we saw back in December of 2020 before Bitcoin surged from 18,000 to 65 G's, baby. Let that sink in. Ali here makes a great point. Quoting him, this is actually from Bitquant. We have a plan. We know where we are going, why we are going, and when we are going. The rest is just noise. Bitcoin should overcome 42 to 45,000 channel by the end of the coming week. And then there are no more strong resistances until $63,000 per Bitcoin. So 63 G's, send it. Let's get it. Now I have a bonus story because this news just came in right before I went live. As Jacob Canfield warns us here, the Ledger wallet connection is compromised. Do not connect to anything or your wallet could be drained. The best thing to do is nothing and to connect to no websites. Do not try to log in to your Ledger. Now here's the headline. Ledger attacker drained at least $484,000. I've been warning you about the Ledger wallet here on the channel, at least for the past few months, and telling you why I no longer trust them. Well, apparently hackers are having a field day right now. The hacker behind the attack on Ledger's connector library had stolen at least 4.3 ETH, worth nearly 484,000, according to blockchain analytics platform Look on Chain. Now let's see if we can get an official announcement from Ledger. Here we go. We have identified and removed a malicious version of the Ledger Connect kit. A genuine version is now being pushed to replace the malicious file now. Do not interact with any dApps for the moment. We will keep you informed as the situation evolves. And let's see what some of the analysts are saying. UD Werthmeyer says, most tweets about Ledger are wrong. Here's what you need to know. All active Ethereum wallets are at risk. Don't connect any Ethereum or EVN wallets to any apps until further notice. Doesn't matter if it's a Ledger or not. And if you didn't use your wallet today, you're safe. So just as a stress of caution, if you are using an ERC20 wallet, such as MetaMask, Ledger, holding your whatever. I know Ledger is not necessarily ERC20, but it holds ERC20 coins. Just be very careful out there until things cool down and we get the latest updates. Also pointed out, if there's a difference between the screen shown on your Ledger device and your computer or phone screen, stop that transaction immediately. There's a lot of bad actors out there. In fact, even Jordan Belfort shared a few months back, as I shared on the show, he was hacked for like $700,000-$800,000 in his Ledger, or not Ledger, but his MetaMask wallet. So be very careful out there. Here's what Paolo Ordonio shared. Tether just froze the Ledger exploiter address. He's one of the founders of Tether/USDT. So you can't be too safe. No one wants to lose their precious crypto, especially during the holiday season. So be careful out there, family. Trezor for the win, says Joseph Pardon. Yes, I feel and sleep very safe at night knowing Trezor is secure. That's a beautiful thing. I like the Trezor. Being able to see the code is a must. That's right. Trezor is open source and there is no backdoors we are familiar with, whereas Ledger does have some backdoors you got to be aware of. Let's go, JV. Shout out Izzy Yuan. Appreciate you, bro. OMG, Vitalik and his substandard product strikes again. Says Top Roller. Ether dumb, says Craig. Affecting MetaMask also. I would imagine MetaMask is probably the most risky of them all. I don't trust that either. You know what I mean? What up, R. Herrera? Let's go, BTC. Love your show. You get to the point with no jibber jabber. Well, thanks for that, Michael Kennedy. Greatly appreciate you, fam. My Ellipal is on the way. Nice. That's another cold storage wallet we recommend here on the show. Shout out to Cryptolution. Missed the start. Did you talk about the Ledger issue? We just talked about it, so hopefully you caught that, Mercy. Yeah. Anyone following OMI or VEVE app for digital collectibles? Asked Matt. Congratulations, says Creeper. Yes, 346 watching. We now got 427. Let's keep it moving, family, and let's pump this mofo, shall we? Chris says this is just one more reason why you should use more than one brand of cold storage. Also learn multi-sig. There you go. Tangum, says Mercy. Have you talked about Copa versus Wright trial in January? Any thoughts on it? I don't think Wright is Satoshi. I think he's the fake Toshi. I don't really have too many other thoughts on that. If there's something breaking, we'll cover it, but nothing new I'm aware of. What do you think about STX? That's Blockstacks, right? I am bullish on it. Ordi, clearly it's one of the top gainers, but I think it's congesting the Bitcoin network at the same time. So there's pros and cons there. I'm not bullish on it, but I notice a lot of people are. Like, for example, Arthur Hayes, the BitMEX co-founder, he's been preaching Ordi. In fact, him and Max Keiser were going back and forth on X the other day, telling each other to go F themselves. And it's very rare you see billionaires interacting, telling each other to go F themselves. So I thought that was kind of hilarious. What up, Bassani? Brazil. Shout out to my people in Brazil. Appreciate you tuning into the stream. Smash the likes. Thanks for the reminder, family. Crypto Bugs, what it do, broski? Creeper in the building. That's what's up. Just got his Tangent wallet. Love to hear that. Protect those sats, family. And can you explain the stack pump and dump? I can't. I don't know why they're pumping and dumping. I have no clue, family. I can't keep up. There's so much going on. What up, Zero? Can we all just hit the like once? Thanks for that, super, and thanks for that sentiment. It does help out tremendously. Gets more eyeballs on the channel, more eyeballs on the stream. It'll help us adopt, you know what I mean? Help usher in that mass adoption, which we're all looking for. So we appreciate the likes. Any thoughts on Vita Inu? Never even heard of it until you just mentioned it, family. Is that like related to Shiba Inu? Let me know, Martinez. Bitcoin is long, strong money. Let's go. Make sure your wallet is open source. Even if you can't understand the code, many do and will blow the whistle very quickly if something is wrong. Precisely, Chris. You make a good point there, and I agree with you. I think your cold storage wallet should also be open source. How many coins do you think were lost? Probably more than what was reported. Probably a lot of people will probably find out the reality of the situation by tomorrow, I hope. Thanks for the reminder, Zero. I just Will Smith the like button. Thanks for that, Matt. Susie says 4 to 6 million lost forever, referring to Bitcoin. It may even be more. Nobody knows. They say there's probably 5% or so of the Bitcoin supply lost each and every year. People that pass, you know what I mean, don't protect their crypto to pass it on to the next generation. People who lose it in their laptop, like Alex Jones and so forth. So many ways to lose your crypto, so be careful out there, family. But anyways, let's dive into our next story of the day. We have a lot to share today. Let's discuss the Bitcoin ETF apps and the current status of what's happening. The headline here, Bitcoin ETF apps will have to bend the knee on the cash redemption model. Let's break this baby down. A spot Bitcoin ETF fund issuers are ironing out the details of their filings with the US SEC. The regulator appears steadfast in demanding a cash redemption model instead of an alternative model proposed by other issuers, such as BlackRock. December 14th, we have finance lawyer Scott Johnson said the ETF applicants Invesco and Galaxy became the latest to bend the knee to using cash reaction and redemption model for their ETF. So what is the SEC God? Why are we bending knees here? But anyways, James Safart, the ETF analyst from Bloomberg, shared, I think everyone is going to have to bend the knee to cash creates and redeems. The trust expects that creation and redemption transactions will take place initially in cash, read their updated S1 filing with the SEC. The regulator, federal regulator that is, seemingly has been pushing for a cash redemption model for the spot Bitcoin ETFs, but some applicants, including BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, have proposed using an in-kind model. Let's break down the difference. An ETF can create and redeem shares in two ways. You got the cash creation or redemption, as well as the in-kind creation or redemption. A cash creation model is one where the authorized participant deposits cash in the ETF equivalent to the net asset value of the creation units to be created. The fund then uses this cash to purchase the underlying asset, in this example, Bitcoin. So for the in-kind creations, the participant deposits a basket matching the composition and weighing of the ETF's portfolio. This allows the fund to issue creation units to the investor with securities as it asks spreads and broker basket to raise cash for issuing shares. However, cash creation provides more flexibility for fund participants. In explaining the difference to an ex-user, Safart said, the cash model leads to slightly wider spreads, potential tax inefficiencies. It'll be better than anything currently available on TradeFi rails, according to James Safart. Now, Bloomberg senior ETF analyst Eric Balchunas said the latest filing was a pretty big clue that the SEC is dug in on only letting cash create ETFs out in the first run, adding that he has also heard this through the back channels. Now, he added that many were waiting to see if BlackRock couldn't sway the regulator on in-kind creation. However, Safart added the following: I think everyone is going to have to bend the knee to cash creates and redeems. Now, in late November, BlackRock met with the SEC to discuss ETF share creation and redemption mechanisms. It presented a revised hybrid in-kind model designed for favoring that method over cash creations. And shout out to YoDB4L. Thanks for joining as a paid member of the channel. Welcome to the HODL gang. Much love, family. Now, quoting Eric Balchunas, Invesco is committing to cash creates only as per their just updated S1. Pretty big clue that the SEC is dug in on only letting the cash create the ETFs out in the first run. Still, many were waiting to see if BlackRock can sway the SEC for Invesco, as well as Galaxy Digital back yet again. And moreover, representatives from several asset managers, including BlackRock, Grayscale, and Fidelity, have met with the SEC in the recent weeks to iron out the final details for their spot Bitcoin ETF products before what analysts expect will be a batch approval in early January. So there you have it, family. We're only a month out until the deadline, now less than a month. In fact, yeah, January 5th to the 10th is the final deadline for the SEC to make that decision. Do you think we'll get a basket of the ETF apps approved at the same time? Do you think they'll favor one over the other, such as BlackRock, or do you think they'll continue kicking the can down the road? They say, at least the experts, Seyfarth and Balchunas, that there is a 90% probability of ETF approval. However, I always say, expect the unexpected, because if we don't get the approval, the next deadline is not going to be till March, but the silver lining, that's still going to be before the halving of 2024. But anyways, family, let me know your thoughts and I'll read as many as I can out loud. Let's go. For so fall, do you see Google update their TOS for crypto advertisements? I did see that the other day, and that's definitely a good sign. Mass adoption, bring it. Right? Jeff says, one problem with the ETF is that it is only traded during market hours. Bitcoin can have huge swings when the market is closed. That works for hodlers, but is a problem for the traders. Shout out to Dankness. A beer before noon never hurt no one. Right on. Do your thing, big dog. Stacking on Ledger. Well, as we shared, be careful with the Ledger wallet at this time, as there seems to be compromises and people being hacked. It's what all regulators do, says Chris Minka. You're probably right. Community here says, Martin, think of a really big number. Got it. Now double it. That's how high the Bitcoin price will go. If not, higher than that. Okay, I'm thinking 10 trillion. Oh no, let's make it 10x. 100 trillion. Now we're talking. Let's get it. Stream is choppy, says Jeff. Is it choppy for everyone else? Oh, we're starting to chop up. That's not a good sign. Let me know, family. If it keeps chopping, I'm going to switch my internet connection from Ethernet to Wi-Fi. But let's see if the chop passes. Let me know. I'll give you guys a few moments as I am reading the comments. Stream is cutting out. All right, I'm going to turn off the Ethernet and switch to Wi-Fi. We'll see if this does the trick. Fingers crossed. Let's see. We just switched the connection. Shout out to Moo. I appreciate you subscribing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Let me know if the chop stopped because I switched the internet connection just in case. First time listening live. Well, congratulations, Erica. Thank you for supporting the pod. TSEPO, thanks for subbing to the #1 daily pod. Buffer in here, a little choppy for some of you guys. Let's see if this fixes it. It may not. There's no telling. There's gremlins in the stream. The Matrix attacks, also choppy, says Joseph. Right on, guys. Well, I'll keep reading some comments. We'll see if the chop stops. My apologies for anyone experiencing the chop. Says better. That's a good sign. Yahim, Moo. Water here. Hi. Whoa. Choppy, says Demi. Still choppy, family? Let me know if we chopping. Let me know. Better, seems better. Where can we borrow against Bitcoin to buy more Bitcoin? The centralized protocols such as Aave allow you to borrow against your Bitcoin. Seems better so far. Clear now. That's good. Hopefully we good. Soon you'll need a load balance, right, guys? What up, Andre? What it do, family? Let me check the YouTube settings really quick. Let's see what it says here. Stream. All right, it is giving me an error. That's probably why. It's probably the streaming connection. Interesting. But you guys let me know if you want me to continue. So I want to make sure you guys can hear me. We're back, but choppy. Okay. Better, says David. I'm going to try a couple of more tricks here while we're chatting and see if this solves the issue. Smashing the likes, I greatly appreciate that. I'm going to switch it back to the Ethernet cable connection, see if this fixes the chop. Kind of switching connections to see if we can fix it, stream live during the stream. Where there is a will, there is a way, they say. Let's see if this works. Let me know if it's any better or worse. Appreciate it. And we still got a lot to share. So on my screen, I mean on my YouTube app, it looks okay. But I know you guys were good. I had to switch the connection, switch it back. It seemed to do the trick. Thank God. And thanks for letting me know. How long were we choppy? It sucks when we're choppy. I hate that. But glad we got it solved. So let's continue, shall we? I think we just finished breaking down the Bitcoin ETF applications. We discussed that. Now let's discuss FASB because, and Feliz Navidad, fam. According to Michael Saylor, this is one of the main factors or catalysts that will usher in a $5 million Bitcoin price. And this is also a very big deal. So let's break this one down, shall we? And welcome to everyone just joining the live stream. Appreciate you, family. Here we go. More firms set to add Bitcoin to the balance sheets after the major rule change. Let's break it down. Bitcoin and crypto may soon see another mass wave of adoption by U.S. state-based firms after a new accounting rule change that lets companies more accurately reflect the value of their crypto holdings. Corey Clipson, the CEO of Bitcoin-only exchange Swan, told Cointelegraph the Bitcoin holding companies like MicroStrategy and Tesla, which both had to report impairment on their holdings, can now more accurately reflect their Bitcoin investments' true value. That's right, quoting him here. This change is crucial for a broad range of companies, not just those primarily focused on Bitcoin, encouraging more mainstream corporate adoption. Now, the new Financial Accounting Standards Board, which short is FASB, rules were released yesterday, December 13th, that come into effect officially December of 2024. They're using them to record when they're holding assets at a gain. Now, previously, crypto held by companies was subject to impairment only when the value of the crypto decreased on the books, which could not be increased until sold, even if its value increased while being held. So Clipston added that the companies could now use Bitcoin as a strategic financial asset, as they would be able to report on their value gains and losses, which is a feature that can help drive Bitcoin adoption. Now, Matrixport research head, Crypto Titans author Marcus Thielen shared that the rule change underscores the palpable corporate demand for incorporating crypto into the firm's accounting. Quoting him here, digital assets are increasingly becoming a crucial component of financial statements, he shared, adding that companies will now have more confidence when valuing their crypto holdings. This signals a resounding confirmation that digital assets have firmly established themselves in the financial landscape. Others were also excited about the rule change. David Marcus, the co-creator of Facebook's binned stablecoin project Diem, posted on December 13th, saying the new rules are actually a big deal, which remove a large obstacle standing in the way of corporations holding Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Quoting him here, David Marcus, you may think this is a small accounting change that doesn't mean much. It's actually a big deal. This removes the large obstacle standing in the way for corporations holding Bitcoin on their balance sheet. 2024 will be a landmark year for Bitcoin, and he was responding to Michael Saylor's tweet. FASB has officially adopted their fair value accounting for Bitcoin for fiscal years beginning after December 15th, 2024. This upgrade to accounting standards will facilitate the adoption of Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset by corporations worldwide. And just like that, another Michael Saylor prediction came true, because he said it was coming, and he said it's going to be within the next few years, and lo and behold, we got it, and it's a pretty big deal. Now, in a September 6th note following the FASB's approval of the rules, we had Berenberg Capital senior equity research analyst Mark Palmer said crypto holding companies could eliminate the poor optics that have been created by impairment losses under the rules that the FASB has in place. So there you have it. This is overall very bullish for the entire crypto market and for big corporations and for mass adoption. So let's freaking go. And shout out to Michael Saylor for being the first one with the balls to adopt bought Bitcoin and put it on their balance sheet as a publicly traded company, which led the domino effect, Tesla, etc., all doing the same. Shout out to Earth Roots. Let me know if the stream is still clear and we're not choppy no more. It looks like we're good. So I'm glad you guys let me know about that earlier. What up, relaxing? FASB fair value accounting is indeed a big deal. These companies were always concerned that they could put only the lowest value of their holdings, but it is awesome. Yet another catalyst. That's right. Shout out to Chris. Thanks for subbing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Keep going. We good enough. Just some dives in the house. Or divas, BCD. Respect. How Qatar invest $1 trillion when their sovereign wealth fund is only $400 billion? Well, they actually have more than that, so that's actually inaccurate. Get at least 4 to have the equivalent of 1 Bitcoin and Litecoin, while Litecoin is still cheap, says CK Cardano. First, they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then Bitcoin wins. Preach, family. No chop, says Jeff. Music to my ears. Absolutely, MicroStrategy in a Roth IRA is a way, and it is tax-free. Well, thanks for pointing that one out, crypto fam. You know what I mean? Yeah, and we still have a lot to cover, but I want to continue reading a few more comments here. What up, Creeper? Loud and clear, looking great. Good to note. Thanks for the sub. Chris says, dankness. Bug says, I just need 1 Bitcoin. That's a great goal for everyone here to become a whole coiner, because not even half the millionaires on planet Earth will be able to say they're a whole coiner, because there's more than 42 million millionaires in the planet. Million millionaires, that is. Give me the spot Bitcoin ETF or give me death, says Mohammed. I completely understand your sentiment. Exactly. Fam, I think a lot of us feel that same way. Bitcoin is the hill we're willing to die on, right? So give me some spot ETF, damn it. Gary Gensler's the only man standing in the way between the ETF approval. So everyone needs to be tagging Gary every day. When ETF, when spot ETF, tag Gary. Maybe if 10 million people keep tagging him every day, he'll do something about it sooner than later. What are your thoughts, family? Let me know. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's dive into our next story of the day. We still got a few other breaking stories to share. The next one, we're going to be discussing a very bullish target of 80,000, followed by a bullish target of 100,000, followed by the latest news coming from the Middle East with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Qatar purchasing $1 trillion in Bitcoin, according to Max Keiser, who can read in between the lines, translating another breaking story with the largest oil company of the world, partnering with SBI Holdings, which is one of the biggest banks, I believe, out there in Japan and different parts of the world. So let's break this down. But first, we're going to discuss Bitcoin heading to $80,000, which is one hell of a target, which would hit us to a new all-time high. So let's go. Bitcoin is poised to record a new all-time high of 80 Gs. Next year in 2024, the same year the stablecoins are set to collectively settle more money than payments giant Visa, says the Bitwise senior research analyst. In a new post on X, Bitwise's Ryan Rasmussen outlined 10 bullish predictions for the crypto industry in 2024, with one of the major themes being the explosive growth of the stablecoin industry. According to Bitwise, stablecoins will be used to settle more volume than Visa payment volume, describing the dollar and other asset-pegged tokens as one of the crypto's most killer apps. And by the third quarter of 2023, Visa processed more than $9 trillion, good Lord, worth of payments, while stablecoin trading volume topped $5 trillion. So here you go. He's pointing out some predictions. Prediction number 3, Coinbase's revenue will double, beating Wall Street expectations by at least 10x. Historically, Coinbase's trading volume surged in bull markets, and we expect the same to happen again. Plus, they have launched a wide range of new products that are showing traction. And let's not forget that Coinbase is also deemed the custodian for the largest asset managers in the world for their ETFs, including BlackRock. So yeah, I'm also extremely bullish on Coinbase heading into 2024. And you can see his prediction number 4, more money will settle using stablecoins than using Visa. So take a hike, Visa, make way for the king. Stablecoins are one of crypto's killer apps, growing from effectively zero to $137 billion market in the past 4 years. And we think 2024 will be another major year of growth. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. He also pointed to stablecoins growing from a market cap of near zero to a whopping $137 billion, all within the span of the last 4 years. Considering that growth trend, he predicts that stablecoins in 2024 would only witness more trading volume and utility. Now, Bitwise isn't alone in its stablecoin-oriented bullishness. December 13th, we had the Circle CEO on CNBC, Jeremy Allaire, said that the demand for stables is going to explode over the next few years as investors seek the safety of internet-enabled digital dollars. Quoting him here, huge appetite for dollars on the internet. That's a very big thing, and that's distinct from people who want a currency hedge, so to speak, or a store value hedge. And additionally, we have asset billion by the end of 2024. All today's episode, we focused on a prediction from Van Eck. They believe that Trump will win the presidency of America in 2024. Price out. Van Eck also sees a strong coin, which he predicts in 20. I think 100,000 is a given because we got your thoughts, fam. With the expected launch of the $100,000 between 2024 and 2028. That's right, anywhere from 100,000 to $1 million, which is a wide range, but bullish nonetheless. And we also have Bitquant set a target price of 250,000 after the halving in 2024. 250, send it, let's get it. Some commentators even see the possibility of Bitcoin eventually going to $1 million per coin. Love it, let's go. Now, another prediction from Ryan here, Bitcoin will trade above 80 Gs, setting a new all-time high. There are two major catalysts that will help get us there. The anticipated launch of the spot Bitcoin ETF in early 2024 and the halving of the new Bitcoin supply around the end of April, which again is roughly only 4 months out. So Bitwise speculates that not only will the spot Bitcoin ETF be approved, but its launch will be the most successful ETF launch of all time. I agree with that as well. Capturing $72 billion worth of assets under management within the next 5 years. I think that's hella conservative. I'm talking trillions. Why not? These asset managers collectively, just the top ones with their apps and with the SEC, the 13, they're roughly worth like 25 trillion. So I think 72 billion is extremely conservative. So what are your thoughts, fam? Now, Bitwise is amongst the 13 financial institutions applying for the approved spot ETF. Ethereum is also predicted to improve significantly in 2024, with Bitwise betting on a 100% increase in revenue to 5 billion, adding that the EIP 4484 upgrade can bring the gas cost to below 1 cent on the main network. I mean, that's long overdue. When are we going to get those low gas fees? They've been talking about this for years, so I'm kind of skeptical. But anyways, outside of crypto assets, Coinbase stands as the top TradeFi contender to gain the most from the expected bull run of 2024, with Bitwise forecasting 100% growth in revenue next year, something that will see it beat Wall Street expectation 10 times over. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. I'm going to read some more of the comments out loud. Stream is flowing again, seems to be flowing again. No coiners are jamming the signal. Damn it, no coiners. Why do you got to always jam the signal? The stream, yeah, sometimes it's cutting in and out. That's kind of the disadvantage of doing a live. However, later this evening, we'll premiere the edited version of this live. No Q&A, just pure content, and there won't be any lag, and it'll be 100% perfect for you guys. That'll premiere at 9 p.m. Eastern. So my apologies if it's been cutting out for you guys. Let's go. 400,000 in 2024. I love it. Send it. Kohler me crave. Matt says Elizabeth Warren is doing her best to shut you down, JV. Probably. Her and Gary colluding again. Snack on Cardano, blue chip meme coin, says CK Cardano. Switch your internet provider, says the Sandman. Coinbase is legit, but Binance US has the lower fees. The only exchange you can trade Bitcoin with, 0 fees. Good to note, Earth. Got to get it. BlackRock, Fidelity, and ARK Invest, Charles Schwab, spot Bitcoin ETFs brings mad loot to the party. That's right. So bring on the loot. Let's go. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. Quoting the late, great Biggie Smalls on Ready to Die album #1. Only when they've been through my electric cables, says relaxing. Word up. Be 100,000 subs by 2024 when they all come a-looking. I feel you, David Number. Appreciate you, fam. Thanks for supporting the podcast, and thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the interaction and comments. But let's keep them coming. I'm going to read some more comments out loud before we dive into our next story. $1 billion in 2070. That's actually ironic because Fidelity is predicting literally $1 billion price action by 2038, which means within the next 15 years. Their reasoning for that is hyperinflation of the US dollar. And we all know that's a coming as well because the dollar is doomed. Not worth using Binance as funds, may be locked for some times. It's unreliable, says Color Me Crave. I appreciate you sharing. Showing some down, including on Facebook. Down detector, says Clifford Williams. Who else is simultaneously streaming JV on both Rumble and YouTube? Only the realist. Well, I appreciate that, Eric. You're showing me support on both platforms for those that don't know. And happy 420, as there's exactly 420 people on the stream on YouTube right now. We stream simultaneous on both platforms. Of course, we're going to have a JV React session reacting to Gary Gensler's latest interview. You know what I mean? What up? BRICS, that's right. The BRICS alliance all looking to move away from the dollar and maybe adopting Bitcoin as a global reserve currency. We don't know. Anything's possible. Good evening from Bulgaria. Pump it up. Pump it up. Love it, Asin. Appreciate you supporting the channel. And thanks for supporting the pod. Let's freaking go. But anyways, let's kick it off. We have another story to share with you. We discussed the $80,000 target by Bitwise. Happy Kwanzaa to the crypto fam. Now let's discuss a 100,000 target, even more optimistic. This one is coming from Morgan Creek's Mark Yusko. I'm going to also be sharing his timeline. Morgan Creek CEO and hedge fund veteran Mark Yusko says Bitcoin's rally to a six-figure price will happen at lightning speed. Full send it. In a new interview, Yusko says that Bitcoin is currently below its fair value of 50,000. Let me know if you agree that you feel Bitcoin's fair value right now is 50 G's. And according to the hedge fund veteran, Bitcoin's surge from its yet to be reached fair value can start mid next year, driven largely by two factors. Now we'll go from that 1,000 to 100,000. Probably going to happen. What do I say? One is that's what history tells us, is that the fear of missing out kicks in. But this time we have got massive tailwind. So according to Yusko, investors started accumulating Bitcoin below its fair value towards the end of last year, and they are still at it. And I heard that roughly 91% of all Bitcoin hodlers are in profit. So congratulations to my Bitcoin fam. Now on the Bitcoin price action moving forward, Yusko says the Bitcoin's asset will follow the pattern set during the previous halving cycles. Quoting him again, now when we get fair value at 50,000, what's going to happen? The halving is going to occur. Well, then what happens? Well, we add a zero. Now, if we add a zero from the current price action, you already know it's about to get lit. We're talking about roughly $430,000 per Bitcoin. So I hope he's right. But again, quoting him here. So if you go back to the first halving, we went from $10 to $100. Then we went from $100 to $1,000. Then we went from $1,000 to $10,000. Notice the factor of X pattern, factor of 10X. Now we are going to go from 10,000 to 100,000, another factor of 10. Now that's a 10x growth of the network, again, following this Metcalfe's law curve. So there you have it. And to watch this interview he did on Scott Melker's podcast, The Wolf of Wall Streets, check the show notes below the video in the description and let me know if you feel that we'll likely hit these targets, and will we hit another zero by the end of this bull run? Let me know your honest thoughts and I'll read some more comments out loud. And welcome to everyone just joining us. Cheers. I appreciate all the support, family. Christmas season is here. 2024 around the moment we have been waiting for. Let's what up? So why is Bitcoin not at that price then? Because Bitcoin's kind of on its own vector, regulators not allowing ETFs, manipulation going on in the market, exchanges going down, the SEC's unlawful regulation, attacking crypto, Senator Elizabeth Warren, FUD, all of those factors play a role, in my humble opinion. 150,000, says Earth. I think the true value of Bitcoin right now is closer to 150,000. If you truly understood it, right? Just the fact this unconfiscatable wealth makes it priceless to anyone with wealth, because every other form of wealth can be taken from you. Real estate, anything you have, they can seize it from you, as Andrew Tate has a firsthand experience with, right? They can take your gold bars, they can take your luxury cars, they can take your watches, they can take everything except your Bitcoin. So that's what makes it so valuable, in my humble opinion. Not only that as a store of value, it's also a hedge against inflation, it's a hedge against deflation, it's incorruptible, it's the only thing we can trust on this planet because every human being is corruptible, but thank God Bitcoin's not corruptible. You know what I mean? It's immutable. It's censorship resistant. It's, TikTok next block, 10 years, or not 10 years, but it is every 10 minutes we get a new block. It is the most secure network on the planet. The more anyone tries to attack it, the stronger it becomes. It has everything going in its favor. Pristine collateral. About a month or so. I was drinking coffee for a few months for the first time in my life. I never really was a coffee guy. I was more of a tea guy, a green tea with some ginseng or something like that, some honey. But coffee is pretty cool. I actually enjoy the caffeine, but I appreciate it more when I don't drink it every day. So for example, if I go to the mall this weekend, I'll be like, yo, let's get some coffee from this local place. And I really appreciate it. But when you're drinking it every day, it's like anything else. You lose the appreciation for it. So that's just my humble opinion. But I like my coffee black, no sweetener, no sugar, no cream, no milk, none of that nonsense. Just straight up. How about you guys? We frozen again? That's not cool. Let me switch the internet again. We'll switch the connection. It should hopefully do the trick before we get into our next story of the day, because it's going to be our breaking story. So I just switched it out. Let me know if that does the trick. Let me know, family. My apologies for the choppy stream. Not my intention, clearly, but beyond my control, unfortunately. And I'm going to switch the connection again, and this usually fixes it. So let's see if this does the trick again. Let me know, family. We just switched out the connection and switched it back. See if that solves the issue. And after my stream, I'll reboot my computer, my internet box, and all that every once in a while. This can happen, which is never fun, by the way. Here says Knoxville. You're next level, dog. What up, Erica? Appreciate you tuning in. Much love, much love. What up, Rod? We're good. Coffee, just like your devil lettuce. You gotta have your off days to keep your tolerance down. Right on. Good so far, says Brian. You're good and smooth now. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully the stream is back to normal. It says excellent condition on my end. That's a good sign. So, because when I check the YouTube settings and it says error for whatever reason, I don't know. I think it's something to do with the streaming connection to YouTube, honestly. So I don't think it's my internet. But anyways, I digress. Bitcoin will not hit 100,000, unpopular opinion. If it does, when who is buying? No one on here. We're all sellers. No, I think you're talking to the wrong group of people, Crypto Sam. We're not all sellers. We're hodlers. Like, if you're a hodler, when Bitcoin hits 100,000, you're going to continue to hodl. Say I. If you're a seller, when Bitcoin hits 100,000, put sell. Yeah. So put I if you're a hodler when Bitcoin hits 100 grand, I, and put sell if you're a seller. I want to know, because someone just said the opposite sentiment from what I understand, because we have polled our audience many times, and I know many of you guys are hodlers for the long haul. Crypto Sam is a lot of retail will. Also, institutions get the FOMO in. Who do you recommend for Tax Act 60? Feel free to DM. I see DCA and HODL. So we're hodlers here, big dog. Many of us are selling. Or don't get Bitcoin, the sellers. Or the people that think back at the bottom, triple their Bitcoin stack, maybe are selling, right? But I just see just a plethora of eyes, which I love to see. So we think alike, great minds think alike, family. Nothing less than 500,000, says Knoxville. Right on, guys. I love it. I love it. Take your profits before they come negative, says Keith Hunt. Sell at 50, keep the rest, or sell 50. Your stream froze. Are we freezing again? For Christ's sake, that's not cool. Yeah, let me switch the connection again. Come on, we got one more story to do. We got to have a strong connection for our featured story of the day, all right? We're going to be talking about Qatar and Saudi Arabia. We need a good stream. So let's see if it fixes itself. Give it a minute. JB, what are your hobbies? Good question, Serge. Some of my hobbies consist of chess, my favorite game to play. Also basketball, physically. I love basketball. I love running. I run 5 miles every week on Tuesdays. I love working out. I work out every day for like the past 6-7 years. Other hobbies, I love crypto, clearly. That's a given. Besides crypto, I love my family. I love my daughter. Just being a good father, being a great papa, the best version of myself I can possibly be, and showing proven, becoming a better version of myself. Shout out Barack, just gifted 5 memberships to Crypto News Alerts, paid membership. That's very kind of you. So congratulations, Matt, Kenzo, Asin, Jeff, and Lewis. You've all been gifted a free membership. So show Barack some love. That's pretty amazing. You guys are so kind. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for those gifts. Going down with the ship, says Rod. What's going down? Let me know what you're talking about there. Yes. JV, I have been orange pilled. What content do you recommend if I want to fly deeper into the rabbit hole? I also only the wokest of the woke play chess. There you go, Eric. I mean, that's something we'll talk about on Rumble, honestly, because a lot of the things that I would recommend, can't even talk about on YouTube, because YouTube is gatekeeper of the truth. There's just certain things you can't even talk about on YouTube. That's why we also stream on Rumble. So bring that question back when we do the after party on Rumble here shortly. The Sicilian defense, you got it. The Sicilian defense, I love it. Anyways, fam, let's dive into our featured story of the day. Discuss the latest with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Qatar potentially purchasing $1 trillion worth of Bitcoin. According to Max Keiser, this can spark a $100,000 Bitcoin God candle in a single uptick. We renamed that to the Keiser candle. So shout out to Max Keiser. Here's the saw this news yesterday and responded with the following tweet. Translation: the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Qatar are about to drop $1 trillion into Bitcoin. Now, to follow up with this latest tweet, here's some of his previous tweets on the subject. He says, if you know, you know. So clearly reading between the lines and knows something the rest of us don't know. He also shared the God candle is a $100,000 uptick in Bitcoin. It's in play. It will shift the global access of wealth and power in one tick. And then he clarifies, I have one word for you, $100,000 Bitcoin God candle fans, Qatar. The rumors are getting very loud on this. Their sovereign wealth fund is rumored to be looking to buy $500 billion worth of BTC. Now, he also shares some pictures of Qatar's president meeting up with President Najib Bukele, and he even shared an update right here. Update to add clarity, my source said, Bitcoin makes our $500 billion sovereign wealth fund effectively worthless. We should just convert all of it into Bitcoin. Let me know if you agree. How lit would that be if Max is right? Now, he also pointed out here, Russia, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Iran will start doing deals in Bitcoin. Qatar knows this and is pulling the trigger on a huge Bitcoin buy for their sovereign wealth fund. And this was on the back of the news here. Iran's president arrives in Moscow, Russia, to meet Putin just one day after the Russian leader met the Saudi leader. Now, that's interesting. So it's ultimately Max reading between the lines. He also wrote here, a $100,000 God candle is in play. 100,000 uptick in the Bitcoin price. They shocked the world. Will be. Bitcoin price was lagging while competitive was being targeted and then taken down at the behest of large Wall Street players. I believe that is true as well. Talking about BlackRock, the price rise now is catching up to the implied hash-adjusted price of $375,000 per Bitcoin. Send it and let's freaking go. But anyways, let's read more into this story, which Max is interpreting as them investing $1 trillion into Bitcoin. We have Saudi Aramco, the largest oil and gas company in the entire world, might be on the brink of investing in digital assets, aka the king crypto, Bitcoin. The company, which has a market cap of over $2 trillion, has signed a memorandum with SBI Holdings, the financial services company in Japan, to explore collaboration in various fields of investment, including digital assets. Let's freaking go. Now, the MOU establishes that both companies will corroborate in the field of digital assets and co-investments, leveraging both parties' investment portfolios related to digital assets. SBI has an extensive investment in companies that use digital assets in their business models. The company has recently partnered with stablecoin company Circle and has a long-time collaboration with Ripple, the crypto-based payments company. The memorandum details that Saudi Aramco will identify and support Japanese startups in the digital asset area that wish to expand their business to the Middle East. Supporting their entry and growth in the region, the alliance also extends to the field of semiconductors, as the document states that the company might launch undetermined project in the industry, establishing factories in Japan through Chip Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation, which is a Japanese organization. Now, SBI Holdings revealed the plans to open a subsidiary called SBI Middle East to expand the company's influence in the region and explore new business avenues. Saudi Aramco had invested in blockchain-linked companies before. In its first deal in the arena, it happened in 2020 when the company invested $5 million in VAKT, a global commodity blockchain digitization business. Also, the company signed an MOU with Draw Group, the Web3 tech development platform, back in January. Now I want to read you this headline. Bitcoin Maxi, an advisor to El Salvador President Max Keiser, predicts the Bitcoin price to hit $375,000 per coin. I just read you that tweet where he says the implied hash adjusted price for Bitcoin is $375,000. Now the anticipation expressed by Max aligns with the sentiment of Galaxy Digital CEO, who envisions Bitcoin reaching the previous high of $69,000 upon the ETF approval. We're referring to Mike Novogratz. Now, Max also hinted of a God candle, which we renamed here on the channel the Keiser candle, influencing a $100,000 surge of the Bitcoin price action. Keiser suggests that the unfolding of this God candle scenario will be nothing short of shocking for the global audience. That's right. Now, in crypto, the God candle typically denotes a candlestick pattern characterized by an unforeseen and substantial price increase, typically referring to a $10,000 price increase, hence why we renamed it to the Keiser candle. So shout out to Max Keiser. Now, you also got to keep in mind, Max is one smart man. So for him to be reading between the sharing insights that Saudi Arabia, the Middle East, Iran, you know what I mean, are going to be, and he understands what's going on. He has access to Bukele's right-hand man and Bitcoin advisor, for Christ's sake. And also, I mean, numbers don't lie. Check this out. Max is up 20 million% on his Bitcoin investment since 2011. And Max has been telling us about Bitcoin via the Keiser report since 2011, since back then. Now, if this dude is up 20 million% on his holdings, how much Bitcoin is this guy holding is a great question. And what is that worth in today's value? Let me know your thoughts. If I was to guess, I'd say without a shadow of a doubt, Max is a billionaire. I'm putting, yeah, I mean, I've been saying that for a while, but what are your thoughts, fam? According to Alex Jones, Alex is like, Max, I know you're sitting on over 1 million Bitcoin. Max is Satoshi. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Alex Jones as well. And Max said he's going to be appearing on the Alex Jones show again. But let me know your thoughts, crypto fam. Do you think that the Bitcoin price will likely see a God or Keiser candle of $100,000 in a single uptick, as Max is suggesting? Do you think the Middle East, this major partnership between one of the largest banks, if not the largest in Japan, and the largest oil company in Saudi Arabia, is something big? Do you think we can see Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Iran all doing business, including with Russia in Bitcoin? Let me know your honest thoughts, and I'm going to read some of these comments out loud. Let's freaking go. Saylor for president, Max Keiser vice. I say Max for president, Saylor vice. Max is more outspoken. The president needs to be outspoken. Trump's very charismatic and outspoken. There's how he feels. I love when he on Jamie Dimon and Christine Lagarde and freaking Elizabeth Warren. Max is the man. If I was to vote for president and Max was running, bada boom, bada bing, he got my vote. It would be private, says Kohler McCrave. That is correct. It may be happening behind the scenes right now. Clearly, they wouldn't announce it, none of these sovereign wealth funds, because they'd rather buy it at 42,000 than buy it at 142. Wouldn't you agree with that one? I think after the first one, we'll see several Keiser candles in the following weeks. Like bada boom, bada bing, 100K, 100K, 100K. Bring it. $1 million price action, send it. Let's freaking go. If the United Arab Emirates buys Bitcoin, then Bitcoin will shoot further. Then we know. I know. They have so much wealth. It's insane. For real, for real. If we see a big, good Keiser candle, right on, then the world won't even bat an eye. But many of us will be rich. Amen, Homestead. Cheers to that. To riches. Keiser candles. Let's go. Yes. If the United Arab Emirates buys Bitcoin, Bitcoin will shoot to the moon. Bring it. Keiser, multi-billionaire, on way to trillions. I agree. And if you do the math, anyone holding, what's the number there? A million Bitcoin, like Satoshi's wallets collectively hold 1.1 million. When Bitcoin price action hits $1 million per coin, if you hold $1 million Bitcoin, $1 million times $1 million Bitcoin is $1 trillion. So we are going to see trillionaires surpassing the wealth of Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and the rest of the old world order millionaires. The uptick would occur after an announcement of shirt. Show your support for the Solana community. No, thank you. I support Bitcoin. That's it. I don't support nothing else. I support Bitcoin. Each and every day I preach the holy gospel. Fast and clear. Thank you, Rui. Nice voice, bro. Appreciate it. Are we still choppy? Let me know. Sorry for the chop for today's stream. Like I said, the edited version will premiere at 9 p.m. Eastern with you guys on the channel. There will be no chop, and it'll be edited to be perfect. So if the chop bothered you in any way, shape, or form, don't worry about it. Come join us at 9 p.m. Eastern. It'll be smooth as a baby's bottom. JV should work on radio, right? Give me a freaking show on the radio. Satellite radio. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Japan, South Africa, El Salvador, Colombia. Exciting times. How high you predict in 6 months? Man. If we get adoption from sovereign wealth funds and nation states like that, wow. Yeah, there's no telling how high we climb. Like when I shared the optimistic 500,000 target for this cycle, that's what I would see happening. For a 500,000 target, something major has to happen beyond the ETF and beyond the halving, like sovereign wealth fund, mass adoption, $1 trillion buys. Let's freaking go. Bitcoin should be served at communion. Amen. Instead of the bread they put on your tongue, they should just put a biddy. Hey. You know what I mean? She may be 2024 Man of the Year. Oh, yeah. I did read that. He could be Man of the Year. Why not? I think he should as well. He should be Man of the Year every year. He should also win the Nobel Peace Prize. He should win all that stuff. He's just changing the world. JV is gifted. I appreciate that, Earl. Yes. Thank you. JV, at this point, asking about choppiness is a rhetorical question. It is also on Rumble. You need a new ISP. Well, it's not every day. It's like once every 10 streams. And it's not the internet. I think it's a connection between my streaming software, because I even have my biz rate super low. And I have extremely fast internet. It's like 500 over 100. So I should be able to stream 10 times higher biz rate than I do. So, yeah, I mean, but we're pumping 42.7. So, hey, Bitcoin's like a game of musical chairs, 21 million chairs and 8 billion people. Word. I get annoyed with the skinny voices. What are the skinny voices? Because I'm kind of a skinny guy, but hopefully I don't have a skinny voice. Let me know. When AI takes over, Bitcoin is the only form of currency we can use to conduct transactions with them. Right on, family. But anyways, we're going to end the YouTube stream and we're going to continue with the uncensored version of the show on Rumble. So head on over to Rumble right now. I appreciate everyone's support. I appreciate you tuning in. Tomorrow we'll be back live at the early time like today at 11 a.m. Eastern. And tonight we'll be premiering the edited version of this live stream. I look forward to seeing you there. But yeah, head on over to Rumble. We'll continue over there. I appreciate your support and see you soon over on Rumble. Deuces to YouTube.